Want a sword? Get a mentor. Hey, it's Nina Carmichael, and we make these videos because you're probably the most ambitious person in your circle. But you know you're capable of more, and you need a push by surrounding yourself with the best. So today, let's learn from one of the best, my husband Evan Carmichael, and learn that 95% of the world is stuck making this mistake. Enjoy. Okay, let's kick it off with rule number 1, believe.
95% of the world wakes up and drives to a job that they hate. I believe that you have Michael Jordan level talent at something, that you are a genius. You are the best at something. Most people either 1, have no idea what that thing is, or 2, they have found it, but they don't have the courage or belief to go chase it down. Either way, the path is through. You need to find the thing that you are a genius at, that you have Michael Jordan level talent at, and live it every single day if you want to live your life instead of regret your life. This is why I do what I do. I want people to believe in themselves more. I look at people and I see this person who hates their life, and then there's so much talent. You have so much talent. You want to serve, you want to help others, you want to make an impact, you want to make a difference. Everybody does. It's a human condition. And you know you're capable of more than what you're doing right now. You know it. And this is what I want to help bring out in people. It's why I make the videos that I do and write the books and do my speaking, all of it. Because I want to pull that out. I want you to suck on whatever energy that I can give you so that you then realize, maybe I am a genius. Maybe I do have great ideas. Maybe what I have could actually change the world. Maybe I need to stop doing the thing that I'm doing. Maybe there is some hope, right? That's what I want to try to inject into people. And so I have an 8-step process that I'll take you through super quick, that if you are struggling with belief, if you are struggling thinking that, I don't know if I'm a genius at something, this process will help you. It'll help you believe in your big ideas, it'll help you believe in your capabilities, and it'll help you go off and actually make an impact. Let's dive in. Number 1 is find your purpose. You got to find out what the thing is that you're here to do, right? I have my who, why, how process. Figure out what your one word is, your most important core value. 2, your purpose comes from your pain. The thing that you struggle the most with is the thing that you want to help other people through. Whatever you struggled the most with, the worst moment in your life, whatever you remember that is, your purpose for life will be helping other people who are currently going through that pain. And then 3, the how you got out of it, how you got through it will be a recipe to teach other people. You'll be able to, as you take your steps on the staircase up, lift other people up to join you on that step. So step number 1 in believing in yourself more is figuring out what is your purpose. Step number 2 is going from idea to action. You have great ideas. You have great ideas. The problem is you judge your ideas. You come up with a great idea in the shower, and then you spend the rest of the day thinking about it, researching, planning it, judging it, saying, I can't do that, or how's that going to work? And then you wake up tomorrow a different person. The faster you go from idea to action will dictate your entire future. It'll change the entire trajectory of your life. The faster you go from idea to action, stop judging your ideas. You get an idea, you go for it, you do it. The 2% difference. Stop planning to get to 100% and just take action on the first 2%. You'll never figure out the whole plan by sitting on your couch. You won't. You figure it out by doing. Idea to action. Train yourself. You get an idea, you do something about it. Because your ideas list is never going to get any shorter. It's growing every day. You're a genius. You come with great ideas. But it's not enough. You got to do something about them. And so immediate action. You get an idea, boom, the 2% difference. What's one thing that you can do that'll take you 2% of the way to making some momentum on this idea? The smallest, simplest, dumbest, stupidest thing that you can do right now, today, on your idea. Idea to action. Step 3 is model success. Have people around you who inspire you, who lift you up, who show you that it's possible. I love my YouTube channel for myself. I need it for me. I surround myself with Steve Jobs and Kanye and Oprah and all these people. For me, for myself, I want it. I want to be around successful people because what it does, it rubs off on you. It rubs off. It's like they're sprinkling little Steve Jobs pixie dust on you. It rubs off. It shows you 2 things. 1, that it's possible because all of your heroes, they started with less than what you currently have right now. You feel like it's overwhelming and impossible in your environment, and it's never going to happen. Whoever you look up to, whoever your heroes are, they had it worse than you have it right now. They struggled through worse than what you're struggling through right now. And so if they could do it, you can too. There's no excuse. If you're surrounded by people who just tell you, oh, take it easy, take it slow. Yeah, of course you can't do it because you were born at X or because you come from this community. Of course, yeah, you're never gonna make it, right? Screw the president, screw the system, right? Most people, that's how they live. But other people, they've won. They've done it despite coming from worse circumstances than you. You have no excuse. And so when you surround yourself with those people who are often winning, who look like you, came from the same background as you, struggle with the same things as you, or worse, it's motivating. It gives you hope that it's possible. You need to be around success. You need to model it. And it gives you the hope, and it also gives you strategies. Bill Gates saved my company. I've never met him yet, but what he did gave me hope that what I wanted to do was possible with my software company, and how he got through was a recipe for me. I modeled how he got through it, and that started to take my company forward. So step 3 in believe in yourself more is you need to model success. Step 4 is create an environment of excellence. An environment of excellence. What in your environment makes you feel excellence? It starts with you, how you carry yourself. I love wearing this, right? Like I wear this not just for the camera, I like it. Like I feel like Batman putting on my outfit, putting on my superhero cape, right? When I wear this, how do you want to express yourself? From the clothes you wear, from your haircuts, from the jewelry you put on, how are you going to express yourself that is excellent? That reminds you of who you are and what you're capable of. Next, you go out to your physical environment. So these people are all behind me for a reason. I walk into this office, and without even having to think about it, I've got these people staring me down, reminding me to be excellent, to go chase down my dreams, right? What's on your cell phone background? What's on your computer background, right? These are things that you set up once in your environment, and then it triggers you. I call them play bigger triggers. They're there for you every single day to remind you, right? If I'm feeling low, if I feel like I don't believe in myself enough, I got my parents right here telling me, hey, Evan, you're really Carmichael, believe in yourself more. If I'm struggling with my vision, I got Steve Jobs staring me down right here, right? This is my computer, I'm looking here, I got this guy eyes on me, right? Now, maybe that's too creepy for you, scary for you, awesome. Design for yourself, design for your excellence. What makes you feel bold and want to come alive, and have that as a daily part of your routine. Step number 5 is schedule for success. So I just mentioned routines. What is your routine? What are you doing on a daily basis? Show me how the actions that you're doing, what's in your calendar, will help you accomplish your goals, right? Your actions have to map to your ambitions. You say you want this, amazing. I love it, I'm pumped. Now show me in your calendar where you're gonna do it. You say you want to have 1 million subscribers on YouTube, amazing. You say you want to sell 1 million books, amazing. You say you want to have $1 million business, amazing. Show me in your calendar where are you spending your time on making videos, on writing books, on building your business. Like, it has to be in your calendar. Most people, they don't have it in their calendar, and if you don't have it in your calendar, it's never going to get done. And not just business, life success. You want to be a successful husband, father, mother, daughter, wife, anything. Where's that time? Put it in your calendar. Right? Show me your calendar. Your calendar is your habits, and your habits will dictate your success. And so what you do on a weekly basis in your calendar, and also how you start your day every day. Most people wake up like an accident. Most people wake up, they hit the snooze button, which already you're telling yourself that you're the kind of person who doesn't follow through on your goals, and you start responding to other people's emergencies. No, start your day with intention. You could have had the greatest day of all time yesterday, and you wake up today and you're starting over. So what makes you come alive? And then put that into your morning routine with intention every day, so you stop waking up like an accident. You do that, you're gonna believe in yourself more. Step number 6 to believe in yourself more is manufacturing self-confidence. Manufacture self-confidence. You do difficult things. You need to teach yourself that you do difficult things. That when something is hard, you want to do it. You love hard things. That when your heart's beating and you're scared, you're nervous, that's a sign you have to go do that thing. Self-confidence, self-love, self-respect comes from following through on the things you say you're going to do. But it doesn't count until it's difficult. Waking up at X in the morning, right? You want to wake up at 6 in the morning? Great. When it's easy, it doesn't count. You don't feel good about yourself. You don't feel bad. It's just, it's easy. It's when it's hard. It's when it's hard, right? If you ran a race against 3-year-olds, right, and you won, you might post about it, say, yeah, I won this race. But inside, you know it's a fake. You know it's a fake win. It doesn't count. But if you get up and run against Usain Bolt, he's going to destroy you. But you can feel good that you tried, right? Are you proud of your effort? You want to manufacture self-confidence? You want more belief? Are you proud of yourself today? And it's not something that anybody else can give you. Should I be proud of myself? I don't know. Did I do enough reps? I don't know. Did I write enough words for my book? I don't know. Are you proud of yourself? I can tell you, when I broke my neck on my tour and I was sitting at the front for 3.5 hours in massive pain delivering my presentation, I was proud of myself. Even though the quality went down, right? I was better when I was being able to walk around and not have so much pain. I felt like my presentation delivery was better, but I was more proud of myself for doing it when it was hard. That's how you manufacture self-confidence. That's how you manufacture self-belief. It's doing it when it's hard. It does not count until it's hard, and that you do difficult things. Step number 7 to believe in yourself more is beating negative judgment. If you're doing anything that's different, anything that's outside the norm, guess what? There's a lot of people who love the norm. There's a lot of people who will say, hey, you suck, like stop doing this. They want to protect the status quo, because if you go off and win, it makes them look bad. It makes them feel bad about themselves, right? You winning makes them feel bad about themselves. And so you're gonna have a lot of people who all they focus on is tearing other people down. You may even have your parents who are giving you advice out of love, but your parents are pilgrims. You were growing up in a different era than they did. If you're 20 years old right now, your parents at 20 years old, the world is different. The amount of things that a 20-year-old can do right now to build a business, to have success, to make a meaningful impact on the world is crazy compared to what was available when your parents were 20 years old. They don't understand the world that you live in. And so their advice is out of love, but they just don't understand what's possible. And so you get advice that's out of love that's still negative. You'll see it as negative. And you'll also get hate. You'll get people who watch your videos or read your book and say, you suck. That's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. But what's the alternative? To never ruffle any feathers, to never do anything bold or big or great, to live your entire life in fear of being rejected, in fear of people laughing at you. And so you play small your whole life, and then you're 95, you look back and say, I never did anything great. I knew I was capable, I never did it. You need to learn to attack judgment. You attack it. If you're afraid of even the possibility of judgment, then you do it. That's why I painted my nails a while back, because I was afraid of people judging me for having my nails painted. So then I had to do it. You have to do it, just to beat it, just to eat the judgment. You need to train yourself, because if you want to go off and do some amazing big thing, but you can't do something as simple as painting your nails, you've lost. You're so worried about other people's opinions that you'll play small forever. And so the next time you feel yourself worried about somebody else's opinion, then you have to go off and do that thing. Now, within your code of ethics, right? Don't go beat somebody up. Don't go, mock somebody. Don't do something against your values. But most of the things that you want to do, it's for you. It's not against somebody else. You want to do it for you, and you're afraid of what the reaction is going to be. That's the fear that you need to quash. And as soon as you catch it, you need to say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to beat that negative judgment. I'm going to feel that fear, and I'm going to do it anyway. And then step number 8 to getting more belief is to make an impact. We want to make an impact. Making money is important. It has to be. Money has to be in your top 5. It's just not number 1. Money's not number 1. It's not number 100 on your list either. It's got to be in your top 5. But something comes ahead of it, and that's the impact that you want to have. What is the impact? How are you going to do it? And then start feeling it, start seeing it, start appreciating it. For me, I'm just here in my office talking to the camera. It's me and the camera alone in a room, but it's going out and being broadcast, and you're watching it right now, and I appreciate that. And I remind myself of the work that I do every day matters. It's touching people, and maybe that's just one person. Maybe you help one person today, and you feel the impact of that. Or maybe it's 100 or 1,000 or 100,000, or however many, right? Your impact will continue to grow with time, especially entrepreneurs. We want to have a big impact, not just one person at a time. But remembering that you're here to do something good, and that your work matters. If you woke up every day and felt like the work that you do matters to somebody, it's having an impact on somebody, it's serving other people, because humans are built to serve. And if you felt like that every single day, man, your life would be dramatically different.
Rule number 2, trigger yourself for success.
The trick to getting yourself into action mode is to trigger yourself for success. Triggering yourself for success means you've taken the decision making out of it, that as soon as you come up with an idea, you have trained yourself by default into action mode. You see, your brain will always talk you down from things because it's trying to keep you safe, and it only understands a world that currently exists that is logical and practical. Until you learn to trigger yourself for success, you will constantly doubt your thoughts, your ideas, and your actions. This video is gonna help. So today, I want to talk about this bag right here. A lot of you leave comments, the newer fans of the channel say, why is Doritos sponsoring your videos? Evan, why don't you have a healthier sponsor? Don't you know what bad Doritos does to your body? You should be promoting healthy living. Doritos is not a sponsor, guys. This is This is triggering me for success every single day. And this isn't just some tiny bag. It looks small looking back here, but let me bring this up. Look at that. This is right next to my face. Look at how big that bag of Doritos is. I have a strategy, and it's a weird strategy, so maybe you'll love it, maybe you won't, but I have a strategy called Damn the Doritos. I look at this bag. So I'm sitting, this is how I'm working, right? I'm not sitting, I'm standing. I'm standing on a trampoline. This is my workspace right now, right? I'm standing here, I'm working. In the corner of my eye, I got Steve Jobs up here, and I got this giant bag of Doritos. All I want to do is eat this bag all day long. I want to destroy this bag of Doritos. Look at that giant chip. Oh, I'm gonna start drooling soon. I love it. I want to eat that all day long. This bag is here as a reminder of how great I am. This is the mental conversation inside my head. Evan, you're awesome. You're awesome for not eating those Doritos every day. And I want it as a reminder. People say, doesn't it take a lot of willpower? No, it builds, for me at least, builds the willpower, builds my strength. Every time I see that bag of Doritos, makes me feel better about myself, that I'm not eating it and I have the strength to keep going. And so why I have that here is when you're on a diet, right? This is how it began. When you're on a diet, your friends, your family, the experts will say, get rid of all the junk food from your house, get rid of it all, because otherwise you'll be tempted and then you're gonna eat it and then you're gonna ruin your diet. I think that is actually teaching yourself that you suck. You're teaching yourself, I'm a weird duck, you're teaching yourself that you are not strong enough to be around the thing, and so I need to get it out of my environment. The only way that I can stick to this thing is if this other stuff is nowhere close to me. I think you're telling yourself that you suck. I think it's a big crutch. And just like when you break your leg, you have a crutch. Your ultimate goal is to not have a crutch. It's to walk, it's to run, it's to be stronger than before, right? And so as a step one, maybe it's good, right? As a step one, okay, fine. You broke your leg, you have a crutch. You wanna get on a diet, you're addicted to junk food, get out of the house, awesome. But as soon as you go on vacation, as soon as you go to an office party, as soon as you go to New Year's, any kind of party, you're gonna destroy the food because you've trained yourself every day that you suck, that you're not capable. I think you're a genius. I think you're stronger than you think. And so I tested it first with myself and I thought, you know what? Doritos are my nemesis, right? I love Doritos. Oh my gosh, just looking at that bag. So I went to Costco and bought the giant size bag of Doritos. I said, I'm gonna put this on my desk all day long. Because damn the Doritos, because the Doritos are stronger than me? I don't think so, right? I'm Evan Carmichael. And same thing for you. That thing that is holding you, that's stronger than you? I don't think so. Remember who you are. Remember how strong you are. And that's what this is here for. And it's been awesome to see people now take this up. A friend of the channel, Leron, was trying to get off of sugar. And he has this coffee cup with a saucer and he drinks his morning coffee. And he put 2 packets of sugar on the saucer right next to the coffee. So he pours his coffee, has the sugar right next to it, and he just starts drinking it and puts it down and looks at the sugar packs and then just drinks the coffee again and puts it down, looks at the sugar packs, and his wife thinks he's crazy. And he's a little crazy too. You gotta be a little bit weird duck, but I think this is actually how you build your strength. Mark Drager, another friend of the channel, is addicted to the Peak Freens cookies. You know, the ones that have the red on the inside and the cream in the middle. Those are among my favorites too. And so his COO, when he heard this, went out and bought all these boxes of Peak Freens and put it on Mark's desk. And he opened it up. And this is one of my favorite things to do. Whenever I'm around Doritos or something I really love to eat, not just say, oh, put that away from me. Don't be around me. I can't have that. And not just look at it. I want to smell it. So Mark took these cookies, brought it right up here. Peak Freen cookies, right up here. Oh, and you can just see the joy on his face just as he's bringing back memories and just what those cookies are gonna taste like when they enter his stomach, and just goodness everywhere, right? The smile on his face, maybe a little bit of drool coming out, you just, and then put the cookies down and walk away. And how great that makes you feel as a human to say, here's one of my biggest weaknesses of all time. Bring it. I own you. Put it down and walk away, right? I think that's how you actually build strength, by doing those difficult things, by triggering yourself for success. Every time I see the Doritos bag, I feel better about myself. I feel stronger about myself. And I want you to do the same thing. If any of you are gonna take on that kind of challenge, I wanna hear you. I wanna follow you. I wanna see how your journey is going, because it can be one of the biggest, most important life-changing decisions that you embark on. So now I want to share 3 different success triggers that can propel you forward. The first is the boom boom test, and that's when your heart's going boom 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 boom, right? The idea is we need to get out of our head. We need to get out of our head. You get an idea, something's coming at you, a new opportunity, something that might be scary. We need to get out of our head and just go off and do it, right? We're taking the decision-making process out of it. It's just understanding that these things are the right things for me, right? You have an idea. It's a good one because it came from you, therefore it must be good. You're gonna do something about it. Boom, 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 boom. It's your heart beating because you're nervous, because you're scared, because you're afraid. Teach yourself that when your heart's beating, that means it's go time, whatever the thing is. Especially when it's other people's opinions that you're afraid of. You're afraid of launching a YouTube video because somebody's gonna look at it. Your friend, your boyfriend, girlfriend, high school friends, parents, husband, wife, they're gonna look at it and laugh at you. If that's the reason, then you have to do it just because. Right? Don't do something stupid, right? Don't go rob a store because it makes you nervous, okay? Stick within your ethics. But most of the things you're afraid of are not stupid things like going to rob a store. They're fear of failing in front of other people. And if that's the reason, then you've lost for life. And so teach yourself. Boom, 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 you do it. You stop thinking about it and teach yourself. Because when you find that I'm afraid and I take action, I'm afraid and I take action, I'm afraid and I take action, what you're doing is rewiring your brain. You're teaching yourself that you're awesome, that you're super strong, that you're a hero, at least in your own mind, right? I feel like a hero in my own mind because when my heart's going like this, boom, 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 that means I have to go off and do it. So use the boom, boom test. Number 2 is play bigger triggers. And these are things in your environment that you can put in there to help you play a bigger game. So the Doritos is a play bigger trigger for me, right? I set it up once. It was an idea that came to me. I'm gonna put it here. I set it up once and every day it triggers me forward. It triggers me to remind myself of how strong I am because I wouldn't do it from a notification, right? I'm not gonna have a notification in my phone every 20 minutes to say, hey, remind yourself how strong you are. Remind yourself how strong you are, right? This does it for me automatically. The room here, right? These people all mean something to me. It means something. The plaques down there mean something to me. The neck braces that you can't really see, but under there's my neck braces from the tour, right? I wore this thing for 50 days and then that one for 10 days or something like that. This is a reminder of how awesome I am to myself, right? You might be looking to say, why does he have a neck brace? I'm not so concerned what you guys think. It's for me. There's a message here from my wife, right? I love you, get well soon. Hearts, Nina. Probably blurry, you can't see it. But this is a play bigger trigger for me. I had a broken neck for 60 days and I wore this thing and continued my tour, right? You've done amazing things too in your life. This isn't about me, it's about just using an example. You have already done amazing things in your life. You just forgot. You just don't remember how strong you are. And so having play bigger triggers in your environment that constantly remind you of who you are and what you're capable of makes a big impact on how you feel about yourself. And the third one is scary, difficult, or hard. When you hear yourself say scary, difficult, or hard, this is the audio expression of the boom boom test. The boom boom test is your heart beating, boom, 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 boom. That's physical, that's in the body. Some of you may gravitate to that naturally. Some of you may not catch that. You don't feel your body as much, but you're more auditory. Great. So if you ever hear yourself saying scary, difficult, or hard, same thing, you do it. You do it, find a way to do it. You have to go off and do it because you do scary, difficult, or hard because you love scary, difficult, or hard. And tell your friends and your family, the people around you, anytime you hear me say scary, difficult, or hard, poke me in the stomach. Poke me in the stomach, make me do it, right? Remind me of what I'm doing. Because I think we play small by default and we need those reminders on a regular basis. So the boom boom test, to play bigger triggers, scary, difficult, or hard, because the opposite is comfort. The opposite is boring. The opposite is living your life every day the exact same way. It's photocopying your life. That's what most people do. It's why most people hate their life because they're just photocopying it over and over and over and over and over again. You have a chance to make a difference by reprogramming your mind. Because everything that you want that's new, that's exciting, that's different, means you have to do something that's new and different, and therefore it's scary. So you love doing scary things. You have to if you want the life that you want.
Also, if you want to have more self-confidence and self-belief, the science says it can take up to 254 days of consecutive action for you to shift that habit forward. So I've designed a special free program to help you get more self-belief for every day For 254 days, I will send you an email to an unlisted video that if you watch it, will shift your confidence forward. The links to join for free are in the description below.
Don't go to them asking for help first. Go to them with value first so that they're stumbling all over themselves to try to find a way to help you out too. Bring value first. For me, my goal is to help the building entrepreneurs. And so I always wanted to work on projects that have the ability to have a massive impact. That's what I strive for every single day.
Find whatever the smallest first step is, and then the smallest next step is, and continue to build those steps. And when you look back, you'll have realized that you made some pretty significant progress.
Rule number 3, develop willpower.
Willpower comes from setting goals and keeping those commitments to yourself. When you set a goal and you complete it, you build more willpower. You are teaching yourself, you're training yourself that you are the kind of person who sets goals and sees them through and finishes them, which gives you greater willpower to go off and take on bigger and bigger and bigger goals. But when you set a goal for yourself and you don't follow through, you don't complete it, you're teaching yourself, you're wiring your brain that you are the kind of person who doesn't have a lot of willpower. You're training yourself that you are the kind of person who does not follow through, who quits when it gets tough. So that's why it's so important that you are very careful about the goals that you set for yourself, because once you set a goal, you have to finish it. You have to follow through, because that will change your perspective of yourself. If you finish it and you do it, willpower grows. If you don't finish it and you quit, willpower drops. So here's a quick example from my life. I was driving to Boston. I drove there with my wife, with my film team. We decided we'd go for the weekend. And it was a long drive to get to Boston. How long was it, Nina? 8 hours, 10 hours? How long was the drive? Something like that, 8 hours. It was late. We got in super late. We got in at what, 2 in the morning? 1 in the morning? Something crazy. After an entire day of me driving. I'm not sleeping in the car, I'm driving. I'm doing the whole leg myself, driving the team. I arrived super late. Everybody's going to bed. And I had set a goal for myself that I was going to run for 30 minutes a day. I was going to run for 30 minutes every day. That was my goal. That was my commitment to myself. Now, we get there. It's late. Everybody's going to sleep. It would have been very easy for me to go to sleep. It would have been very easy for me to let myself off the hook and say, it's okay, it's late. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do double tomorrow. It's late. It's no problem. It's very easy for the people around me to say, don't worry about it, Evan. Like, it's late. You could do it tomorrow. Everybody will let you off the hook. When everybody else will let you off the hook and you want to let yourself off the hook, that moment, exactly, precisely, is where you develop or lose your willpower. Because when it's easy, when your calendar is perfect, when there's no interruptions, when you have all the time in the world to do something, then you do it. It's easy. It doesn't build your willpower. You don't feel great about yourself. If you win a race against 3-year-olds, you don't feel great. You're not cheering that victory. But when it's hard, when you don't think you can do it, when everybody's saying don't worry about it, when you feel like you're at your wit's end, when there's every excuse and every reason in the world why you shouldn't do it, and then you still do it, that's when you build willpower. It's when it's difficult and you do it that you build willpower. And so I did my run at 1 in the morning or whatever time it was. And it was a brutal run. It was not my best run. I did not burn a lot of calories. It was not my peak. I'm tired. I'm gassed. I'm doing my run. And even though I didn't get a fantastic physical benefit from it, and even though the next day I woke up and was more tired compared to the people on my team because I slept less, I'm giving myself pats on the back. I'm giving myself high fives like crazy. I've just built my willpower. I've just built my credibility with myself. I've just built my respect and confidence internally because I did the thing that I promised that I would do when it got hard. That's the difference. That's how you build willpower. So I'm going to give you a 3-step process to help you start building your willpower right now. We're going to start making some changes in your life. You ready? Here we go. Step number 1, write down a goal for yourself today. Whatever time you're watching this video, you still have more time left before the day expires. I want you to think of something that is a goal for yourself today. What do you want to have done? You're going to make some momentum on. You're going to make some progress on before today is out. Write down that goal for yourself. Step number 2, how can you immediately take action on it? As soon as you set a goal, you want to immediately take some kind of action on it. Momentum matters so much. If you set a goal and then you drift off to something else, coming back to that goal and being in that same mindset will be really challenging, really difficult. Momentum matters. You just set an intention. I want to get this goal. This goal has to happen before the end of the day. Great. Immediate momentum.
I want you to make yourself proud today. You make yourself proud by doing the difficult thing that you said you were going to do. We're building willpower, self-respect. So what is the immediate step that you can take right now to make progress on that goal? Write it down and then do it. And step number 3, repeat this for tomorrow. Bring this into tomorrow. You've just done that goal for today. Amazing. Clap it up. High five. High five. Pat yourself on the back. Amazing. It's great. Again. Do it again. Do it again. What's your goal for tomorrow? Write it down. My goal for tomorrow is X. Maybe it's just to wake up on time. I'm not going to hit the snooze button. You hit the snooze button, that's telling yourself, I just set a goal and it's okay not to do it. That's not how we're going to start our day. Maybe your goal for tomorrow is I'm going to wake up at X a.m. tomorrow. Or maybe it's I'm going to have that difficult conversation. Something that is simple to do, but is difficult for you. Getting up at a certain time is simple. You just get out of bed. But it doesn't mean that it's easy because you're tired, because you're not used to it. Having a difficult conversation is simple. You pick up the phone and you call them. Or you go meet them. It's very simple, but it's difficult. It's hard. It's not an easy thing to do. It's simple, but not easy. So pick a simple, but not easy goal for yourself for tomorrow and then do it. And then every time you do that, you're building up more willpower, more self-confidence, more self-respect. Follow that 3-step process. Change your life.
Rule number 4, don't stay in mediocrity.
If you are the most ambitious person that you know, you are going to play small for life. Look around at your friends, your family, the people that you hang out with. What do they want out of life? If you're the one always pushing them and no one's pushing you, guess what happens? You don't get the push that you need and you stay in mediocrity, being the best in a group of unambitious people. So I just came back from an event in Florida that I was doing a keynote at, and at the end, I challenged an entrepreneur who showed up to make some changes on his YouTube channel. We met over dinner. I helped him with his YouTube channel. It was him and his business partner sitting there, and I said, by tomorrow, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go in and make sure you have these things updated. And he said, yes, I'll do it. I said, it's important to do it by tomorrow because I'm still here. I'm still here in the morning. If you need anything, you can ask me face to face while I'm still here before I fly home to Toronto. Yes, I'll do it. Next morning comes around. We show up in a meeting. I got a meetup happening. We got, 30 people who showed up to meet with me. And I see him out of the corner of my eye sitting at the back of the room. And I say, hey, did you do the thing that I told you to do? And he said, no, I didn't do it. I said, why? What happened? He said, well, we were doing lots of other stuff. It's been a full day. We had this entire day of speaking and meeting people. And then so much information went home. We were doing all this kind of work. Okay, great. But what about the promise that you made to me to do it? And then his business partner chimes in and said, it's actually my fault. I told him. Evan's probably not going to notice. He's not going to remember. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it when we all fly back home. And so I told him, don't let your business partner's low standards prevent you from moving forward on the things that you said you were going to do. Staying committed to the thing that you say you're going to do, your word to yourself, is the whole game. Forget about what you just say to other people. What do you do for yourself? Because we're often looking for no's. We're often looking for somebody else to give us a break, right? He's been working hard, and he is. And I know him, and I know his business partner, and these guys are not slackers. They're not slackers. And I was poking a little bit at his business partner, saying his low expectations, his low standards. But in this situation, it was true. The entrepreneur that I was speaking to said he was going to do this thing by tomorrow morning before he came and went to my event. He would do it. And his business partner says he's not going to remember. Don't worry, we've worked too hard already. Let it go. We'll do it when we get home. And they would do it when they got home. I know they would. He's looking for the reason not to do it. When you say you want to hit the gym, when you say you want to hit these business goals, when you say you want to have this outcome and be proud of the effort that you put in every day, when you say that you're going to do something, there will be moments where you want to let yourself off the hook, where you say, I work so hard, or I'm so tired, or I deserve a break, right? This is the language you use to yourself. And so when that happens, you're looking for affirmations from the people around you. And if you are the most ambitious person in your friend group, if you are the most ambitious person, what's going to happen? They're gonna say, you already work so hard anyway. What are you talking about? Yes, of course. Give yourself the break. And it's the exact answer that you're looking for, because you want to give yourself a break. Now, if you're proud of your effort, maybe you should take a break. But it's not because somebody with lower standards gave you the pass. It's because you're proud of the effort that you put in. And so this is where it gets really dangerous. When you are the most successful, the most ambitious person from the people around you, they're always gonna give you a reason to play smaller. You can't accept it. You have to push through. You need to change your environment.
I'm going to give you 3 ways to do it. Step number 1 is collect good people. I like to say I'm in the business of collecting good people. You want to collect good people. Somebody that you meet on the street, at an event, online, collect them. Find ways to stay in touch. Follow them on Instagram and on YouTube and comment on their stuff. Tell them, sometimes it gets super awkward. I've told people, I really like you. I really love your style. I really like everything you're doing. I just want to stay in touch. And maybe that means you're just DMing them when you have questions. Maybe that means you're setting something formal up, or you're having a coffee meeting every month to connect. Maybe that means you're asking them, business questions whenever you have them. There's a lot of different ways that the relationship can take shape. And this is where a lot of people fall down, is you expect to have the answer in your head, and when you don't know what the relationship will look like, you don't go for it because you don't know what to present. You don't know what to pitch. You don't know what to say. And so you say nothing. And that's the worst case scenario. Don't do that. Tell somebody, I love your vibe. I love the energy. How do we stay in touch? And then whatever flows, flows. You have to be in the business of collecting good people. You want good people around you, not just for your team, but people who are your peers, people who can be your mentors. Because when you get that situation, when you say, I promised myself that I would do this tomorrow, I promised myself that before tomorrow morning this would happen, the people around you are saying, dude, what are you doing? Let's go. Not, you work so hard, you deserve a break. No, let's go. You promised yourself you would do it. Come on. They pull you up to be the best version of you. Step number 2 is get aspirational mentors. I love being around people who've done a lot more than me. This is actually my default. I don't really have people in my life who push me to be better. I don't have too many people around me say, Evan, you really suck at this. Let's go. Get better, get better, get better. I get most of mine from aspirational mentors, from Steve Jobs and A.P. Giannini and Howard Schultz and Kanye West, the videos that I put up every single day on my channel. So I had a buddy of mine say, I really love it when you do a David Goggins video. Or another one yesterday said, I really love it when you do Kobe Bryant. Great, if you know that Kobe inspires you or David inspires you, then surround yourself with him, right? Watch their YouTube videos, watch their interviews, have a Google alert that comes at any time it says Kobe Bryant interview or David Goggins interview, you get a notification. Listen to their podcast if they have one. Read their book, listen to their audios, right? As much as possible, be around that, because the more you are around that, they're training you to think like they think. They're pulling you up to their level, even if you never meet them. That's what I try to do with my channel every day, is I need it selfishly for myself. There's people that I surround myself with daily. I want Elon Musk and Steve Jobs and Oprah Winfrey and these people pulling me up to make me better. So get yourself some aspirational mentors, the people that you look up to and say, man, I wish I could be like them. You can. You just have to think like them. And the way to think like them and act like them and have the mindset of them is to be around them more often. And step number 3 is play bigger triggers. I like having triggers in my environment that force me to remind myself of who I am, of who I would like to be, of what I'm becoming. So you can have the greatest day of all time. Maybe you watch this video and you're fired up, you get motivated, you say, yes, I'm gonna go and do some work. Awesome. You're gonna wake up tomorrow and be the person who you used to be again. You wake up tomorrow and it's a new day. Every day is a new day. And so you might remember to do something, but chances are you may not. And so that's why having play bigger triggers in your environment, you set them up once and it reminds you to go off and play a bigger game. So my office, there's a bunch of play bigger triggers here, right? There's mentors of mine, including my parents, who are looking at me every time I walk into here. There's the awards down here, which remind me of what I do, that 1 million people have subscribe to my channel. Now we're at 2. It's a crazy number that when I'm coming to make a video, lots of people are watching it. I have my neck braces down there to remind myself of when I broke my neck and kept going on my tour. I've got my Doritos here to remind myself that I'm stronger than these Doritos. Damn the Doritos. These things are stronger than me? No, all I want to do is eat this bag every single day. And standing here is a reminder of how awesome I am. At least that's what I'm telling myself, right? They're all play bigger triggers. So what's in your physical environment? What's the background on your cell phone? What's the background on your desktop? How can you set up your environment once, just with some thoughtful thinking once, that then every time you walk into it, it lifts you up.
Rule number 5, the last one before our very special bonus clip, love the climb.
If you have to get motivated every single day, then you are in the wrong business. If you are in your business because you thought it was a hot opportunity or a path to make some quick money, get out immediately, shut it all down. You can't sustain motivation for that business. Don't start a podcast if you don't love talking or interviewing with people. Don't become an influencer if you have nothing to say. Don't start a daycare if you don't love kids. It's not worth it and you're never going to win. The work itself needs to be motivating. Most days you're gonna wake up and have a pile of crap to deal with. And if you don't love dealing with that crap, you will get crushed by someone who does enjoy dealing with that crap. The trick is you need to do work that you love that other people think is crap. That's the secret. So looking at my channel as an example, this YouTube channel has grown from 7,000 followers, subscribers to 1.7 million in a matter of 4.5 years. And I love the climb, and I love passing people on the way, and I love the competitive spirit of it. And I know there's still so much room to grow, but sometimes I secretly hope that the whole thing goes away. So just so that I could start and do it again. I'm just short of sabotaging myself, although I have taken some risks recently. If you look at my channel last month or 2 months ago, I did some major changes that did not work. I bet everything on going down the premier direction just because I wanted to have some variety, just because I wanted to take a big bet, and it tanked hard, and it was my worst subscriber gain in years, and I love it. I love it. I mean, I don't love that I lost, but I love pushing. I love trying to get better. I love climbing. I love trying to find a new way to be able to go and build and get better. And I think you have to love the climb. I'm just short of massively sabotaging myself and closing down the whole thing just to start over, but I love the climb that much. It's why I loved Instagram. I'm going hardcore on Instagram right now. Halfway through the year, I had 6 or 7 or 8, something like that, 1,000 followers. And now I'm at almost 80,000 followers by still posting 6 times a day, and by going live 5 times a week, and by making 3 to 8 to 20 stories a day, and doing IGTV and all that stuff. I love the climb. I love it. I love when people look at my YouTube channel and say you have 1.7 million subscribers, but you only have 6,000 followers on Instagram. Like, what are you doing? You're a joke. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love looking at everybody who's ahead and having the ladder to climb up again. I love it. All the people who I pass on YouTube are all crushing me on Instagram, and I love it so much. And it's not doing it only to beat somebody else. It's just a competition. I like the competition. I like figuring things out. I like the hustle and the grind to try to win. I don't like being number one. I like chasing down number one. You know, I like that there's always something ahead of me to go and grow and chase. And so I think that has to be part of the entrepreneurial gene or DNA. I think having that competitive spirit is essential. And I think if you are number one, then you need to find a way to reframe it. Now, being at the top of the game on the YouTube side, it's like, well, how do I get to 10? You know, how do I get to 10 million? And sometimes it's hard because I don't see PewDiePie or any of the guys who are like way ahead of me as real competitors, because we talk about different stuff. And so it's a harder leap, but I have to, like, to get excited about hitting 10 million. I have to start thinking about who's ahead of me now, and like who's my next person to run with. It's me and Gary, right? It's me and Gary, right? We're 1 and 2, depending if you're looking at views or subscribers. We're 1 and 2, and it's me and him butting heads, going back and forth, and I love it. And so I think you need it, and you need to have something where you feel like you are growing every day. You have to love the work of the thing. I love waking up and looking at my YouTube stats. I love waking up and looking at my videos. I love waking up and looking at my comments. I love being in the thing. And I think that's it. You need to create something that for anybody else, it's torture. Jerry Seinfeld calls it torture you can endure. If you stepped into my schedule, it would be torture. You would want to get out of it as soon as possible. Like, you couldn't last 2 days in my schedule because it's just not you. And it's not because I'm great. I should do the same thing in your business. If I stepped into your schedule, I should want to die after 2 days. Like, it's just too much. It's too crazy. But it's not crazy for you because you love it. And that's the thing. Everybody has Michael Jordan level talent at something. But most people focus on the wrong thing. Most people pick a business because they're just trying to get rich, and you hate the actual process. You love the result, but you hate the process. You have to do the thing that you love the process of, that it doesn't feel like work, that you don't need to motivate yourself to get up every day and do, because you can't wait to get up and go do that thing. I love waking up and doing my YouTube and doing my Instagram and wondering how that last experiment worked, and diving into the data and doing A/B split tests on the thumbnails. Like, all that stuff is fun for me. It's fun. That's why are you so happy, Evan? Because I love what I do. Most days, not every day. There's a lot of crap you got to deal with, but I love dealing with all that stuff. I love it. And that's the trick. You got to find the thing that you love the process of, not just the end results that you're chasing. So I'm going to give you a 3-step process to making money and building a business off of something that you love actually doing, not just trying to chase a buck. Step number 1 is make a list of all the ways that you have helped people and made money doing it. Make a list, like write down all the things that you've done that you've made money by helping people. If you're not helping people, you're not making money, right? Business is about helping people. You bring value, you make money. What are all the ways that you have made money by helping other people in some form? Make a list. Step number 2, then we're going to look at what did you love the process of and not just the result. So the result was I helped them and I made some money. Great, it's a win-win situation. But which of the ones on your list, go and circle them or put a star next to them or however you like taking notes, of the ones that you enjoyed the process of. Like you enjoyed it. You enjoyed servicing that client. You enjoyed selling that product or service. You enjoyed making that thing. Like you actually enjoyed it. If you're a moving truck company, you may enjoy that you have helped somebody move to their new place and you may enjoy that they paid you and that's great. But like, did you enjoy the moving? Do you like seeing new places? Do you like getting outside and getting a tan? Do you like being able to work on your body and build muscle as you're moving? Like, do you like it? Do you like moving stuff? Like the best movers love moving. The best YouTubers love making YouTube videos. The best hockey players love playing hockey. And put a star next to or circle all the things on that list that you created of how you've made money helping people, that you enjoyed the process of doing it and that you would almost do for free. You would do for free because you loved it so much. And then step number 3, with practice, what do you see that you could become world-class at? So look at that list of the ones that you have made money from doing, right? Even if it's you only made $100, right? You made some money doing it. Then you starred or circled it because you enjoyed the process of. How many of those are left? Hopefully at least one. Otherwise you got to start over or you got to try more things, right? But then what do you see yourself being world class at? Like if you practiced it a lot, could you become one of the best in the world at? You may not be there now. You may not be there yet. You may not put in a lot of work at it yet. It may be something that just came naturally or it was an opportunity that showed up and you said yes to. But you know that with some practice, with dedication, with effort, with hustle, with ongoing years and years of beating on your craft, you can become the Michael Jordan of that industry. What is that thing? And so when you combine all 3 of those things, that's when you start making money from the thing that you're passionate about. When you 1, figure out what have you made money from by helping people. When you 2, then look at which of these tasks have I actually enjoyed doing, not just I enjoy getting paid to do it. And then number 3, which of these can you actually be world class at? Do you have Michael Jordan level talent at? Figure that out. And you are on your way to building an unstoppable, impactful business. The problem is you're not proud of yourself. You might post about some accomplishment you've done on Facebook or Instagram, but when it's you, by yourself, all alone, deep down, you're not actually proud of yourself. So why? Where does that come from? It's because you've taught yourself that you set goals and you don't consistently follow through. So now when you set a new goal for yourself, you don't believe that you're actually going to follow through. And that continues to cycle on and spirals down into you not being proud of yourself. We need to change that today. So it starts with this. When you set a goal, you have to follow through. The only acceptable reason for not following through is you being proud of yourself. Are you proud of the reason why you didn't follow through? So a couple examples. When I started my tour, the very first stop, the pre-tour stop was Boston. I had a goal at that time that I was going to run 30 minutes of cardio every day. We drove to Boston. I drove the whole way, didn't sleep a wink, got in at 2 a.m. I hadn't done my cardio. What do I need to do? I need to do my cardio. Why? Because I told myself I committed to doing 30 minutes of cardio every single day. The cardio was the worst cardio of all time. Barely moving, right? Just kind of half eyes closed, trying to struggle my way through the 30 minutes. Health-wise, I burnt 0 calories. It would have been better for me to go to sleep. Mentally though, for the mindset, I'm pumped. It's when it's hard and you do the thing that you actually build your self-respect, your self-pride, your self-love, your self-confidence. When it's easy and you win, you could post about it on Instagram, congratulations, but you don't feel great about yourself because it was easy. But when it's hard and you try, that's when you start building self-respect, self-accountability, self-pride. That's where it comes from. And so in Boston, I woke up the next day and I was tired and I had a sluggish, hard day trying to get through it, which was not great for my body. But mentally, I'm pumped, like I did the thing when it was difficult. If I just went to bed, I would have had to ask myself, am I proud of the reason why I'm not doing this? Other people would let me off the hook. I'm sure the people I went down with, Nina, my wife, Danny, my camera guy, would have said, it's okay, go to sleep. It's 2 a.m. You drove all this way. It's a strange day. It's not a typical day. You have every reason in the world not to do it. People will let you off the hook all the time because they don't hold themselves to high standards. and then they infect you with their lower standards. I would not have been proud of myself if I didn't do my run, even though the results sucked. It's the effort. That's where the pride comes from. Now, we went off and did this crazy tour, 23 cities, 90 days. I committed to doing all of these cities. Then I broke my neck in Denver. I broke my neck in Denver. I had to cancel my Denver event. I committed to going. That was my goal, to go. I committed to people. They paid money. We had to refund. We had to cancel. We had to apologize. Am I proud of the reason why I didn't go? Yeah, I'm in the hospital. I can't go. Then we got to Kansas City as my next stop. The doctors didn't clear me to do a full 3-hour event, so I could go for 1 hour. So I still canceled the event. I refunded everybody their money and said, guys, it's off, but I'm still gonna come. Like, I'll refund you the money. I'm still gonna come. We'll do a Q&A for about an hour and we'll see how long I can go, take pictures. I booked the hotel anyway. I can't get a refund on that, so might as well come out if you want. And everybody still showed up. And instead of going for an hour, I went for an hour and a half. But I didn't go for the full 3 hours. I set a goal to go for 3 hours, right? That was my initial intention, my initial goal. I didn't do it. I only went for an hour and a half. But after the hour and a half, I had a concussion. So I'm starting to slow down. I'm getting a little dizzy, getting a headache. And so we have to go. We got to leave. I couldn't take as many pictures as I wanted, couldn't sign as many books as I wanted. But I'm still proud. I'm proud of the effort that I went and I tried. That was my max effort. I had to be pulled off because I had nothing left in me to keep going, right? I probably would have passed out if I kept staying there a little bit longer. And so, are you proud of your effort? That's all. I can't judge if you're a success or not. People message me and DM me and send me emails and say, hey, Evan, should I be doing this or that? Like, what do you want to do? Are you proud of your effort? I can't judge. What does your version of balance look like? What time do you need to wake up in the morning? Do you want to wake up at 4, at 5, at 6, at noon? I don't care. I don't care what time. You say you have to wake up at noon every day? Amazing. I'm pumped for you. Are you proud of your effort? I'm not going to judge your effort. This is one of the single biggest reasons why so many people fail. You're fronting on Instagram and Facebook with this perfect life. Meanwhile, you're not proud of yourself and the effort you're putting in. So I'm going to give you a 3-step process. Follow this. You're going to start hitting your goals and start feeling better about yourself. Step number 1 is you set a goal. What's your goal? What do you want to accomplish? Something daily. Your goal should be a habit. So for example, I want to meditate for 10 minutes every day. Great. I want to run for 30 minutes every day. Amazing. I want to make a YouTube video every day. Awesome. Make that your goal. Some kind of habit that you can track on a daily basis. This is the start of building credibility with yourself. Look at that goal and then say, am I going to hit that goal? Like, is that going to actually happen? Do I believe in myself enough that this is going to happen? Or am I going to start and stop and then fall off the cliff and be motivated today, but then in 2 weeks, I'm going to forget about it? Don't let that be you. Look at that goal and say, I'm going to hit it. This is my goal. This is important to me. I am the kind of person that when I set a goal, I follow through. Unless I'm proud of the reason why I didn't, right? There's a tiny little bit of reasons that you might be proud of, but all the other ones, you're just not proud of. You were tired. You forgot. You were slow. You were lazy. You were scared. You were fearful. Those are not acceptable reasons. You have to be proud of the reason why you don't follow through. So 1, you set a goal, some daily kind of habit that you're going to do on a consistent basis now. Number 2, immediate momentum. Do one small thing right now to make some progress. One tiny small thing. I call it the 2% difference. Get the 2% difference right now. Don't worry about getting to 100%. Do something right now. If your goal was 30 minutes of running, great, go do your run. You don't have enough time to do it? Great, do 2 minutes of running. Meditate for 60 seconds. Anything. Send one email out. Make a quick 30-second YouTube video. Something. Immediate momentum. You are not allowed to set a goal and not create immediate momentum towards achieving it somehow. The 2% difference right away, because tomorrow you're going to wake up a different person. Show yourself. You set goals, you follow through, and you take immediate action. This is the start. This is the rewiring of your identity right now. We're doing it together. So step 1, you set your goal. Step 2, immediate action, the 2% difference right away. Step number 3 is you take the proud test. Whenever you're doubting, whenever you're looking at that thing and say, I don't want to do it, you ask yourself, am I proud of the reason why I'm not going to do it? And if you get a no, you have to go off and do that thing. If you get a yes, okay, great. But if you get a no, you're honest with yourself. It's just you. Nobody's going to judge you right or wrong. No, I'm not going to be proud of myself. You have to go do that thing. You have to. And if you get up and you don't do it, then you need to reset your goal and make it easier. You need to reset your goal. Stop setting 100 goals and then not following through. you have zero credibility with yourself. So just set one goal and do that one thing every day. Just start building up that reputation for yourself, not what other people think of you, the reputation for yourself. If you have 100 goals and do none of them, stop setting goals. It's not working. Eliminate all your goals. Just start with one goal a day. That's it. One simple goal a day to show yourself that when you set goals, you follow through. You're starting to rebuild and retrain your identity. And then when you do it, you wake up when you do the thing, amazing, celebrate, pat yourself on the back, put on a song, dance. You did your meditation, you did your sales calls, you did your YouTube videos. You did it. You do that consistently, it's time for another goal. You keep injecting that into your life. You need to build that identity that when you set a goal, you follow through. That's who you are. Congratulations. I'm pumped for you. Can't wait to see where you take things.
Because you made it this far in a video, I want to celebrate you. Most people start and don't finish. Most people never actually follow through. Most people say they want something, but they don't ever do the work to actually get it. But you are different. You are special. Believe Nation, you made it here all the way to the end, and I love you. So as a special celebration, if you put a hashtag believe down in the comments below on this video, I will showcase you and celebrate you somewhere on the screen in a future video because you are awesome.
If you want to learn why you should start comparing yourself to others, check out the video next to me. I think you're gonna enjoy. Continue to believe. I will see you there.
I think comparing yourself to others is actually fantastic. I think most people aren't even doing it enough. The challenge is people do it incorrectly. The problem is people compare themselves